This guy. What's up, y'all? What's going on? This might get canceled. Episode 3. Here, there's MATTICS.
Of course, it's BUGSIE.
Yeah, man. So we here to show y'all bring y'all some real topics that everyone was talking about, unfiltered, uncut. So, what y'all want to start off with? You can leave it to me. Want me to lead it off?
You about to go into a rant.
Say the topic.
All right, listen, man.
Say topic.
This is gonna be the abortion topic, man. How do y'all feel about abortion? Because I think abortions, for me, is a gray period. Some people think that abortions is murder from the first heartbeat, and some think it's murder. Some people think it's not murder at all. For me, I think that it's wrong to be having an abortion past 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. That's at that point is a murder.
So you have the time.
I'm agree. I have a time issue with that because this whole Roe v. Wade topic that everyone's talking about, and I've seen people going crazy saying the government can't control our bodies, and I'm like, you're not controlling your bodies. You're not telling who to sleep with. It makes no sense. You're sleeping who you want to sleep with, and you're being reckless. So if you wanted to have abortion past 4, 5, 6, 7 months, that's totally wrong. That's a murder at that point.
So I believe I looked it up and I thought it was it was about 24 weeks. So I would say 8 months is way too long to get an abortion. But on the note that you said they're controlling their bodies, they are kind of trying to control their bodies. It's their right to do whatever they want to with their bodies.
But that's the point. It's not their bodies. It's somebody else's bodies with their bodies. Their bodies, not just their bodies.
Yeah, but they own that body that's in their body.
No, they don't. So what about the father? The father had no rights to that same seed as his seed.
Child support already told you it's going to go.
You been in court?
Yeah. Right, that's how I feel about it, right? Women say abortions, the government they can't have autonomy rights or whatever, right? Bodily autonomy over them, and that's not right. So I also asked the women, what about the baby's bodily autonomy? So that baby got 10 toes, 10 fingers, a brain, a heart. It's not a human then? It's a human.
What about stillborns?
That's something different. That's not an abortion though. Stillborn not abortions. Legally not an abortion. People try to throw it in there, but that's not an abortion.
No, they cancel an abortion so you can keep the stillborn. So
no,
stem cells.
No, but that's not true though. That was also debunked too. That wasn't true. That's why I keep saying over and over, women just be out here lying, following other women. So like, for example, right? If a dude was to murder a female who's 2 months pregnant, wouldn't that guy get charged double murder?
2 months.
Yeah, he would get charged double murder. So by that logic, that means that baby is a person. If you're getting charged with double murder.
That's a known fact?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
No, it's a known fact, son.
So 2 months. If you can get an abortion for up to 24 weeks.
24 weeks is how many months is that? About like 4.5 months, something like 5 months, 4.5 months.
Why would they charge that 2 months?
But no, I'm just giving out. All right, even 4 months. 4 months. Even 4 months, they still were charged with double murder. So I'm just saying. So if a person killed a woman who's pregnant in that time, they charged double murder. When a woman had an abortion in the same time period, why is that not considered a murder? If she does it.
With the time frame that you're discussing, I would agree with you.
Thank you.
It varies from like state to state depending on
on the time.
Yeah.
But that was the whole Roe v. Wade was about. People got really offended over the overturn over Roe v. Wade, and Roe v. Wade overturn was just letting it go back to the states because it was never in the Constitution from the beginning. So if it's not in the Constitution, and let every individual states vote for it, this is the time for people to vote for their local government.
Which brings me to my next question.
Go ahead.
Did y'all vote?
Oh, me, I didn't vote.
I mean,
Says the guy who said we need to vote for our local.
No. I'm talking about the people who saying had an issue with Roe v. Wade. I'm saying you saying you have an issue with Roe v. Wade. You should. Each state should govern their own, right? That's what the law is, right?
Yeah.
So here's my thing, right?
What?
Women, each state is supposed to govern their own state. So
Going around in a circle.
no, he asked the question. So that's what I'm saying. So all right, we go back to the beginning. And I'm gonna go on my little thing, and then y'all gonna go. I'm gonna say from there. All right, watch this. Roe v. Wade, right? It was a case back in the days. I don't know if it's the 70s or 60s. One of those years, those decades. A woman got pregnant, allegedly claimed rape. So she got raped by black men allegedly, and she tried to get an abortion, late-term abortion, and it wasn't with it. So she sued the state, whatever. I guess she must have won in they voted it in Roe v. Wade. But the reality is that girl survived. She never went through abortion. The little girl actually lived. She's still living to this day. She's a whole woman now. So my issue is this: if that lady had a baby the first time and gave the baby up for adoption, her first 2 kids up for adoption, then tried to abort the third one, we can't keep saying, "Oh, it's her body, her choice." I mean, at this moment, let that baby live and give that baby a chance to survive, or give it to for adoption. At the other 2 kids, why would you try to chop the baby up that late?
And you're still referencing the time frame that you're talking about.
That's my point. So a lot of women all keep saying, "Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter the time period at all. It's still her body." But I said, no, it's not her body anymore. That whole baby had their own unique DNA from the father and from the mother. So that's a living being. That baby smile on the sonogram. Baby can smile, thumb in his face in the mouth. You're gonna abort it because it's in your body? That makes no sense. Let the baby live. Go ahead.
I mean, it's a different standard now. Now it's like, we don't want y'all to get no abortions at all. Regardless if it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah,
That's not true.
that's what
they're doing right now.
No, no, it's not. It's what a lie that the media keep putting out. I did my research, and it's not the truth.
Yo, if you look at all the Republican states, most of the Republican states is not allowing abortions. A lot of women is traveling from states. You can look it up now to go get their abortions and
go to Congress.gov. That is a lie.
Yeah.
They literally have the rulings there. The issue is,
yo,
people could. I'm telling you, bro.
Go ahead. I do my same thing.
Finish your point.
It's not even about that no more. It's to the point where they are saying that Caucasian women are starting to get more abortions than the minorities, and the Caucasian people numbers is starting to die down. So then, like in the next 10 to 20 years, they'll become the minorities. So now they stopping people from getting abortions to increase the numbers, and they realize that the numbers is mostly with white people. It's not really with the blacks. They put it in the black communities at first to stop black people from having kids. Once they realize that that's not working, and the white people are starting to take more advantage of that than the minorities, it became a problem. That's when they started to reverse it in the politics.
Now watch this. Here's the issue, right? Roe v. Wade. So you brought up white versus black. I wasn't gonna go down that route. Versus be there, let's take that route. I'll talk about women in general, all races, right? Here's the issue. When Roe v. Wade got overturned and abortions, because let's be honest, Margaret Sanger practiced eugenics, let's be honest. That's the same thing Hitler was on, eugenics, the perfect race, the Aryan race. That was the same logic, right? The issue is, black women, we are the minority. We have the highest rate of abortions, over 20 million abortions since mid-70s to now. By far the largest, and we are the smallest group. The issue is, when women keep saying, "Oh, they try to stop us." No, you had 2 extremes. You had one extreme who didn't want to ban abortions, I mean, wanted to ban abortions point blank period, no matter the time. You got another group that didn't want to have a limit on abortion, no matter the time. So you got two extremes. You got some people saying, I can get an abortion up to 9 months at Colorado. You get an abortion up to 8 months in Colorado. Just look it up, this is a fact. And some states, they don't want to have abortion point blank period. So you have two extremes. That's why I keep saying I'm in the gray area. Because I do believe that some things, some women should be able to get an abortion depending on the time frame. Now,
Pro-choice.
no, but it's, huh? Now here's the thing with this. A lot of women don't want to tell people the truth. The thing is, they keep going this whole grape. What if women get raped? They're not letting us get an abortion, even get aggressive. No. Tell people the truth. They're not allowing you to get an abortion past the time period if you got raped. If you got raped, less than 1% of women get pregnant through rape. Less than 1%. The reason why it's so low, because most women actually get raped do the procedures off the rip so they won't get pregnant. The ones who keeping the babies, knowing that they got raped, that's irresponsible on your behalf now. To wait that long to get an abortion, that's why it's 1%. So what I'm saying is, they're not telling you can't get an abortion because of no matter the time period. No, you got some people who are trying to do that. That's a fact. But by state, they're literally giving you grape past a certain time, stillborns, or ectopic pregnancies. They're allowing you to do this for medical purposes. The media should be lying to people. On Congress.gov, they explaining every state their limitations. There's no state right now that banned it point blank period. There's no state that did it.
Idaho banned it, Texas banned it,
Yeah,
Oklahoma banned it.
They're trying to ban it. It's not
No,
official.
it's full ban. This is now, New York
Bro,
Times.
go
I'm
ahead.
telling you the states right now. It's Idaho. What's SD again?
So just go to Congress.gov, son.
Oklahoma, Texas, LA. Georgia is the
Texas
only.
is a whole state. It's multiple counties in Texas.
Georgia's-
And multiple cities in Texas. They didn't ban the whole Texas.
Georgia is the only state that's banned that's banned after 6 weeks,
Regardless
and
of
then
what.
all the other states is after 20 weeks.
No, they're trying to. That's the point why I said local government needs to vote. They're two extremes. You have some people who's trying to ban it point blank, and some people are putting holes on them, and some people are saying don't ban it point blank period. Me, I'm against banning it point blank period. I think there needs to be a gray area. But this thing is, a lot of people have misinformation, think that the states are banning it. No, they have actually banned it yet.
That's the status of all the states.
They're trying to ban it.
No, it's not trying to. These are the states that it don't say legal until nothing. There's no time frame on it. It's just banned. Those are the states. That's why it's on the news that there's numerous females leaving their states to go get abortions other places.
I read those rumors. But regardless of it being passed or anything already, I do agree that banning them altogether is wrong.
You're not banned, bro.
It says until there's no legal date until.
You're not official. Like I said,
This is New York Times. So I don't think New York Times will allow. Let's go check somewhere
So my
else.
thing is, right, when women start saying they can't afford abortions, now I'm like, that's BS. Because 40% of abortions are coming from women who makes over $45,000 a year, and they having multiple abortions. They're saying that they say that, oh, we can't afford abortions, so we can't afford to travel. Let's just say New York banned, hypothetically, let's say New York banned abortions, right? And New Jersey don't ban them. They're saying it's dangerous because they can't travel from this state to that state because they can't afford to travel to get the abortion. I mean, that's BS. You travel to BRT weekend and spend $800 on a ticket. And you mean you can't hop on a Greyhound for $80 to get the abortion? You mean you can hop on a train to do that? But you go buy Gucci sneakers. You go one thing. You go to DR.
It's $15
Miami.
to go to Boston.
No,
Don't have fuel to the fire.
and you could go one thing.
No, I'm just joking.
And you could literally I'll say this to me off a second. You literally go to Miami and get your body done for like 10 racks. You can't afford abortion next state over. You can't do this. It's why I say it's BS. It's your priorities. You don't want to pay for this abortion. You don't want to travel to pay for it. I see that. I understand that why. I understand why you want to travel to get it. But to say you can't do it, and women can't afford it, when y'all buying Dior t-shirts for $900, you're having multiple abortions, and most abortions you get it for free.
But what percentage of women is actually doing it?
I just told you, over 40%. I just told you over 40% have multiple abortions.
No. I'm talking about making that excuse that you mean that they can't do it. Like,
that's what the feminists are arguing. That's my point. That's all over the news. That's what they keep. I mean, this is a dumb argument to have. If you're gonna fight this argument, don't bring that part up. Cause people gonna say, "Yo, come on, son." Even the poorest people is not even arguing that. The 8% ain't even arguing that. The 47% is arguing it. Who makes the more money? They are arguing that. The poor women, 8% or less, not even arguing that much. But the ones who making the money, who make it over 47,000 are the ones who have the most abortions. And it's not because they just pay out of pocket all the damn time. Abortion ain't that much, depending on the state. But let's be real, like $200, $400. Sometimes Medicaid for free. But either way you put it, it's still less than a Dior t-shirt.
30 seconds.
To wrap this topic up, definitely pro-choice. Women, it is your own right.
Stop saying it's not your own right, son. What about the baby's bodily autonomy?
I can't convince her and say, yo, look. I mean, not convince her. If I can't go and like, nah, she's not getting that.
Yeah, I do.
What can you do?
But that's what I said BS because a woman could turn a man into a father without his permission, but we can't turn a woman into a mother without her permission. So my thing is, by that logic, if you keep saying to my body, all right, I'm gonna tell you how this bodily autonomy thing works, and it's kind of strange. Women say bodily autonomy, right? Then when the government tried to give people the jab, hence vaccine, that was actually bodily autonomy. Because I get to decide what medicine goes in my body, what tattoo I want, what earring, that's bodily autonomy. They would tell you to get the jab against your own will. But when it comes to abortion, you can't say nothing to them about anything. Am I lying? They would tell you, no, get the vaccine. You argue you down about the vax. But then turn around and say, you can't tell me what to do with my body.
Yeah, but I want to bring up one scenario.
That's baby hypocritical.
Say you got married.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife wants to have kids. You typically don't. You might have been telling her for all this time that you do, but you typically don't.
Mm-hmm.
You decide to get your vas deferens eradicated. You don't talk to her about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just said women can turn us into a father, but we in turn can't tell them, how to control or respect their bodies when we're about to have a baby. So what's the difference? If you was to do that to yourself, she wanted to have kids, and you didn't talk to her about it, but you did. What's the difference?
What you mean? That's
okay. Yeah. So you said women can make us into fathers, but in turn we don't have a say so over if they can have it or not. That's right.
Yeah.
So in the same sense, say you decide to not get rid of your stuff for you not to have kids no more, and she wants to have kids. What's the difference between the two?
The difference between the two is because I decide not to give her my sperm. That's my body, my choice. The difference is
she wants to have a kid by you.
No, but it's still my body. I don't want to have a kid with her. The difference is hold on to me now. The difference is my sperm is inside her now. Once that thing happened on DNA, you can't decide. You don't in my body, my choice, because it's the baby's body and the woman's body. Fuck me. It's them two now. So who are you to play God over a living being inside you? What about that baby body
at
the time?
I was trying to make.
Yeah. I know what you were saying, but I just flattened them. I just flattened that tire.
Let me give you this. What if they not religious?
Regardless, it don't make sense. It don't make a difference because that baby is still a person.
It doesn't make sense because that's the biggest argument with Roe versus Wade is about religion, and if abortion is killing, and if abortion is not killing, then why do you care?
So abortion is literally killing without religion, regardless. That's my point. Because a religion part comes into play because the Bible is not for that, right? So if you're saying you're Christian and you're doing this and you're a part-time Christian, that would just come in. But human morally is still murder, whether it's religion or not. Because you just chopped up a baby and you got hands over here, arms over here, legs. This is crazy. You got to put them in pieces like a puzzle. If that's not murder, that baby feels pain. The baby have a nervous system. It feels pain when you aborting the baby. So you keep saying, what about my hurt? What the baby's hurt? That's a very selfish thing to do.
But you still feel that there's a time frame that they can do it.
In the beginning,
That's why I'm conflicted.
fear great. No, fear. If I said some people might think that the heartbeat is life, which it is kind of life, but I ain't gonna act like it ain't. If I say I got a great period, that I will give them grace because maybe they made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. In the beginning, fine. If you go past those time periods they're giving you, that's what it really is about. They're trying to say they don't want no time limits on abortions. That's what the fight is about.
Okay.
And I'm like, no.
Well, we're on the same page.
I'm like, you should have a time period.
Nah, it shouldn't be no time period.
So 8 months. Think it's cool for a woman to get an abortion in 6, 7, 8 months?
It's not cool, but it's not about what's cool. It's about what they do and how they feel.
So how is their body their choice at 9 months or 8, 7 months? How is their body their choice? Tell me how.
It's their body, their choice, their kid.
It's my kid too.
Yeah, but at the same time, how much influence? Like I said, it's like you in a contract with somebody when you only got like maybe 30% of say so in what's going on with the business. That's the problem with the whole situation because dudes was never equal in the situation. At the same time, a woman has to carry that.
Y'all believe in God? Y'all believe in God?
Of course.
You believe in God?
Of course.
So if y'all believe in God, then you know for 100% fact what you just say was BS. Because the purpose of God making us this way is for procreation, right? Woman and man. We are a puzzle piece. God made us to impregnate women and God made women to give birth. So no matter what you say, you can never reverse that. So to say they get more credit for birth, which is BS. Like for example, which one more important? A glass or the water in the glass? Which one's more important?
The water in the glass.
No. I said which one? Water is life. The cup contains life. Because Simon sort of might have put, give me that analogy, it's perfect. The water is literally life. The glass contains life. The seed is literally life.
I wouldn't use an analogy.
No, hold on. Let me explain why it's a perfect analogy. Because the egg is considered the cup, while the sperm is literally the life. The egg literally makes a woman's body, nurtures, I would say is the most important part of nurturing the seed into a human. But the seed is in fact life. The egg is not life. The seed is.
Yeah. I wouldn't use that cup though. I wouldn't use that
The
cup.
egg is the cup.
This is the problem. A woman has to carry that kid. A dude doesn't.
What makes it worse to want to kill your kid after you had it for 6 months?
Like I said, it's not cool. I don't think it's cool. I'm not saying it makes it right, but at the same time, it's a woman's body, and if a woman wants to go through that whole process, and at the end of the day, it's always gonna be the daddy, maybe mama, maybe baby, whatever the saying is, but it's always gonna be the mom. Not always, but but more times it's gonna have to be the woman that has to take care of the kid, and the dude's gonna leave.
No,
so if a woman doesn't want to, it's not more times in life than has we seen it through TV or even in life. More
That's
people.
why I mentioned the feminist argument. Let's go right into the feminist argument I mentioned earlier. I'm glad you mentioned that. But go ahead.
A lot of males is not in the home.
True.
So now, if a woman has hindsight and sees that, yo, I'm about to struggle for my life with this decision right here, She should have the right to do whatever she wants to do,
So,
whether if
watch
it's
this.
right or wrong.
So watch
she
this.
has to deal with that
So
consequence afterwards.
So by that logic, that's the same logic with eugenics. And they said the less desirable don't deserve to live. So we just to get rid of the people who are less desirable? No, let them live and we make it happen. Most of our parents right now, we came from poor background. We live and we survive. Something called resilience. You overcome. So if you thinking, I am to take care of this kid gonna struggle, I should murder it. There's not a place to do that. Think about that before you have unprotected sex. Think about all this stuff before this time.
It's not the situation.
Because I got kids because I didn't want to have kids.
No. It's time about. We're not gonna play the BS games. 99% of people have sex consensually, raw, to have these babies. They're doing it willingly. They don't want to get pregnant, but they still have it unprotected sex. That's a consequence to what you're doing. We are grown here. We're not kids.
And you know what my plan B is?
They're not taking it. That's the point.
Plan B.
And my point is
plan B is plan C.
But my point is,
so
your percentages maybe.
We all know sex feels better than common sex. So regardless of the consequence, you're gonna still risk it.
But think about it, right? Nothing is for certain, like 100%, right? On these type of topics, right? But Plan B have a 97% rate. People still do get pregnant from having Plan B. As a fact. So you can use condoms with the Plan B. You have over 30 type of options to prevent pregnancy, and yet you still get pregnant because you're doing reckless things on both parts, the man and the female. So the female get more of the blame because they allow someone to come in their room and mess it up. The same when you was a kid and you had company, and I come mess your room up.
Not this.
You get, no, I'm saying, analogy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm saying analogy, your parent will hold you more responsible because it's your room and you sit there and let him mess up your room. So I'm just saying, if you know this guy ain't gonna be a fit father or whatever, and you know you can take care of a child, like MJ said, Michael Jackson, if you can't raise a baby, then don't have a baby. It's true. Why are you humping raw and then wait till you get pregnant to decide you don't want the baby?
You also said Billie Jean.
Not my lover.
Yeah.
He's just the girl. She lied about the pregnancy. But I get that.
Yeah.
Also about a kid.
He's having a sex role.
You just to wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
He's having a sex role.
Y'all all females, right? Y'all get pregnant. Y'all keeping the baby?
Off the rip, I'm going to doctor right now to prevent the pregnancy. That's my point.
So that's how you prevent it.
You go to the doctor and they give you those Plan Bs instantly.
Okay.
And what if that don't work?
But if it don't work, you have a time frame to get the abortion.
Alright. So
still, and I'm okay with that.
So now you're in a state where you can't get no abortion. You're gonna go to a new state now, and it takes you 8 months. So now you're 8 months pregnant.
Well, tell me, you're not going to Mars. Tell me what state takes you 8 months to get there.
What if you in a whole country that is holding you?
No, that's a different country. Not U.S. Only U.S.
It can't be only. This is the whole world.
No, this Roe v. Wade was U.S. No,
This is the whole
what
world.
if you?
No, Roe v. Wade was U.S. It was U.S. It was only U.S. country.
We were talking about abortion in general.
Yeah. All right. Even abortion in general. That's
the whole world.
All right. So watch this. The whole world don't have ban on abortions. So I would go to in the same country, go next city over. Same logic.
Exactly. So it'll take you 8 months to get there.
It won't.
How do you know that? You don't live in that country.
If I'm in that country, what country on earth takes you 8 months to get to the next city?
State. What state?
It don't necessarily take that long. But you gotta understand
that's my point.
Different factors taking
I'm about to say,
anybody traveling.
What if you what if you baby moms who don't catch her period and don't know that she's pregnant for the first 3-4 months, and then now that when she finds out that she's pregnant and she can't get abortion because she's in a state that says 20 weeks is the limit, she's stuck.
Watch this. Once again, if you knew you didn't want to have a baby, just like niggas know they don't want to have STDs, then you wear a condom because you know it's consequences behind humping raw. You might get pregnant or you might get an STD. You got to deal with the consequences. So if you're in a state and you find out that your state was banned, you can't have an abortion, plus you realize that oh shit, I just found out.
Yo, we blanking out.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I said what?
But that
No,
was
but
a real
hold on.
scenario.
No, but hold on. No, but even with that scenario too, they both were still at fault because they both humped consensual raw. So hold on. By the way, kid part. If I'm in a state that's saying I can't have an abortion, it's banned, right? And I found out that I'm pregnant past the limit, like 5 months down the line. Wait the rest of the months and then get a baby up for adoption, because if you kill that, if you do the abortion, it's still murder regardless of the time. Huh?
That's what you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a baby.
Alright.
If I was a woman.
I just want to know.
If I was a woman,
I
yeah.
wanted
Because,
to answer. I just
all right. Yeah, because mind you, it don't matter if you just found out till tomorrow, because most women know that when they're pregnant. Some don't. That's a fact. But majority know. Their body change. They know this. This is lie. Most women know when they have a pregnant. That's a large amount that don't know, which I agree with. But it still don't give you the right to abort the baby if you find out that you're pregnant 6 months. That's literally what's to happen with Roe v. Wade case.
Traumatized and all this shit. That's the last thing you think about.
No.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's not true.
Because
It's not true.
We can't relate
bro,
to
I know chicks
emotional
that
Yeah, I'm not a woman.
We can't relate to the
A
physical
woman,
trauma
mental.
that they go
All right,
through.
watch this.
So that's why I
Watch
said I'm
this.
conflicted.
It's like they not
for
strong like us.
Now
You
watch
got-
this.
Damn, like a dude get
I don't feel like I tell
a dude
her.
got great.
Now watch this, right?
No, we go
Watch
to
this.
gym.
Let me ask a question. How many women, the percentage you think, get raped?
I don't know. We could Google it though.
Yeah,
Google it.
that's what the internet is for.
No, but just give me. I'm gonna keep this thing rolling. Just give me a number you think to get raped and get pregnant. Just give me a number.
out of all my friends that I know, it was 4. So that's a big number right there.
Yeah, that's
4
good.
out of how many women you know?
I know a lot of women.
Thank you.
This is
small.
now over the years. I'm saying from the friends that I had, which was small, it was 4.
All right.
So that could
But-
be
All right, so you wanted a percentage, like 4%.
Yeah. All right. 4%.
Alright, that's 40%. So I think I have.
That's too high.
I said 40%. I ain't had
No,
that much girls as
No, but I'm talking overall, because something to me could be high to me, but overall it's not true. You get what I'm saying? For example,
just like what you saying there. What are you saying could be
I'm
true
so-
to you?
no,
not
I'm-
to another person.
no, I'm talking about overall.
How much should how much need to get great and keep the baby?
No, get
No,
pregnant.
just
Get
get
pregnant.
pregnant.
Okay,
yeah.
great. Either one. Give me both. Give me great. Give me great. Give me great right now. Give me great.
5%.
Thank you. So,
Alright.
so 5% of all women get great. 5%. I even give you all women get pregnant. 95% all consensual after that. That's my point. You can't overturn 95% or 5%. That's what I'm saying to you. I could give you those. The women that don't know, that's still 5% out of 100. That's a failing grade. 95 is a passing grade. So 95% of women is getting pregnant with consensual sex. Even if I give you the 5% of great who got pregnant, I could give you that. 95 is still a large amount, the larger amount, overwhelmingly larger amount. Because 51% is the majority. Right or wrong? 51% is the majority.
Yeah, correct.
50 is half, 51% majority. 95% is overwhelming majority. So we keep giving these anecdotal experience to overgrow the general thing, and that's where we go wrong.
The whole purpose is for everyone to have different. That's what I'm saying. It's no. That's how you feel about it.
No, that's just
We're all supposed to have.
The fact is the murder. That's my point. That's the point. Is the fact is just the murder.
At a certain time frame, which I keep going back to.
That's what I keep saying. You over there said the same thing.
At a certain time frame.
Yeah,
But it's not her right to do that because of that logic.
I'm still saying that's our opinion.
Yeah, that's
Still.
it's females, man. You can't tell them how they would. I don't.
Watch
You
this.
know a woman mental when she's
I
when
don't
something
feel it's
like
all-
that happens.
No,
to her,
but
it's like,
bro, most people get abortions have multiple abortions. That's what I'm saying. When they go learn your lesson, at this moment in time, it becomes medicine for you. You're doing it just because you could do it.
but it's like this. It's like
I see what he's
With no responsibility, if you have strict lockdowns, people would think more. on men and women. They would think more who they having sex, raw sex with. But being that you getting this thing, that thing, that you do reckless stuff on both ends. That's why we have so much women out here with kids in the father in the house, because a lot of the guys out there, to be honest, humping raw, letting the girls run responsibilities, and then the other half of the women are literally just keeping the nigga away from the baby because they're just bitter. So you have both that going on at the same time. But they just label it as, he's a deadbeat. No, he's not a deadbeat. You kept him from his child, and he said, fuck it. And you made him a deadbeat. You did this. Here's the reason why I keep saying feminists hurt women, in my opinion. Not even my opinion, it's a fact. I'm going to say it right now. Because I'm going to try to be PC and say my opinion, but it's just a fact. I'm going to tell you why. When feminists, the first wave of feminists, right, I actually agree with that. Late 1800s, early 1900s, equal rights, equal pay. I'm all for that. This new wave of feminists is ridiculous.
You're gonna have to explain that to me.
All right.
What's going on now?
Because feminist women now have all the rights. In some cases, more rights than men. In some cases, but let's just say they have the rights. What rights women don't have that men don't have today? They have everything that we have. They can work, we work, get the same pay, all that type of things, right? But
There's still slight other factors that is some opportunities for them to develop a bit in, but we'll get to that.
All right. So when it comes down to this new wave of feminists, by telling women, man is not needed, you don't need a man, it's not needed. I'm like, even if you don't want a man for yourself, your child deserves a father figure. You can't say you could be the man and the woman, because if you do that, you end up raising feminine boys. And they become emotional, erratic, wild men. This is an actual stat what I'm about to say. It's not my opinion. But over 70% of the crime in the black community come from single households with mothers. Now, with that being said, it is not all the mother's fault. It's just a fact, because you got some deadbeats out there that are leaving the mother to do it on her own, and then you have some women out there who are stopping the father because that feminist thing, I don't need no man, I'm a strong woman. When you think strong, what do you think? You think she got it, she need no help. No, women need help. Men need help. We all need help. In return, masculine women, feminists breed masculine women. A woman cannot tell a man how to be a boy how to be a father, the same way a father can't tell a girl how to be a mother or a wife. We can't be in our feminine energy to tell a girl how to be a mother or how to be a wife. Not in our nature. And not in women's nature neither, in mother's nature to tell a man how to be a father. They can tell you what they experienced from their fathers or whatever, but my thing is, they just brainwash the other women. Feminist women are literally living miserable. They're not telling women the truth. Most feminists are miserable. It's to the point now as they start to hate men. This is a new feminist wave that I don't agree with. The first one I agree with. This new wave, it's not even about rights anymore. It's about masculine toxic, whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
Masculine toxic.
I mean, so you punishing men for being masculine, what you are naturally drawn to, and then the man comes to you soft and feminine energy. He's too soft. You don't want him. That shit right there hurt women because it confuses women. If I hold the door open for a woman to be a gentleman, don't hold the door for me. It's a power struggle. You try to say you bigger than me. What are you talking about? It's something called manners and chivalry. I'm like, what? But they really feel this way. In return, it makes men don't want to date them type of women. Like, yo, oh my God, it's kind of tricky. So if you want to be combative, I'm a strong woman and be sassy, men don't like that overall. You too tapped into your masculine energy. And two masculine heads is a monster. You can't have two leaders. You can't have a two-headed leader thing. It becomes a monster.
So what you trying to say? Trying to say woman is raising masculine women and men?
Masculine women and feminine men.
But different.
So what would you say with D-Wade?
He's exactly with him. His child.
You heard my side just now.
No, he got his son, and his son.
But his son is that way naturally. He's not raising a man to be feminine. His son is naturally like in that LT whatever alphabet community.
LGT.
I want to say I want to say LT and I'm wrong. LGT.
TI.
Yeah.
LGBT.
But D-Wade didn't raise his son is naturally that way. I'm talking about generally speaking, because the gay community is very small. I'm talking about generally speaking with straight men. Because you can have a masculine man and a feminine woman and still have a gay son.
Yeah, I'm about to say
But that doesn't mean raised. That's something to do with them inside.
I mean, so you say that people is naturally born gay? Or
Yes.
naturally just...
And there's no gene, but like from when they babies, you could tell they gonna be. You could tell that when they one day he could be gay.
I entirely agreed with that.
I don't know.
There's no gene of it. That's what I'm saying. There's no gene.
I don't think there's a gene. I don't know how.
But other factors. What I'm saying is,
It is a gene.
but people don't say,
It is.
"Oh, I'm ready to be gay." They just naturally this way. I'm talking about feminine energy versus masculine energy, and people confuse the two. Masculine energy don't mean straight, and feminine don't mean gay.
So what about in the 80s when you had Prince or Rick
Androgynous?
James or one of those dudes that was very feminine and was getting a lot of women?
Yeah.
Or the Ozzy brothers who was dressing very weird.
But you still
Yeah, and you think about it, they was getting all the girls being feminine.
Yeah.
This gangster image didn't come about until like the 90s.
But no,
That
that's not
was
true.
a style.
Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna say late 80s.
Nope, still not true.
So what you gonna say?
They always had gangster images from back in the days. You know what mobsters are? They all had gangster personas.
No, I mean this imagery of where we was presented as thugs or looking as like, yo,
You want beach? You want warriors?
they wasn't dressing. You see how they was dressing?
No, not dressing. We talking about energy.
I'm not talking about the energy. I'm talking about how they
Masculine energy.
It's talking about the imagery of what was going on with men, because more men is being more portrayed masculine and not masculine. I mean feminine, and that was the thing going on in the 70s and
But
80s
I get
too.
that. But
Dudes was permanent hairs, wearing halter tops.
So I get that. But the thing is, permanent hair wasn't feminine. That was not feminine. Permanent hair, you just perm your hair.
No,
I'm talking about energy.
So hold on.
hair came
You saying
from women.
Permian hair doesn't seem feminine?
The perm your hair.
Or didn't seem
No,
feminine
people
back
only
then?
started doing this so they can have straight hair.
No, permanent hair is not feminine. It's just hair. It's hair hygiene. That's all. It's just style. It's hair.
Yeah, but who's on the box when you buy the perm?
But because
When you buy the perm, who's on the box?
because it's marketed for women.
It's
because they want-
there's a woman on the box
No,
when you
because
purchase the box.
Because
That's
they
why
want.
you looked at it.
Because
From when I was always 95% grown up, it was always a woman.
I'ma tell you why.
Just like
I
a baby
feel like
last.
it's feminine.
Yeah, it was always a woman.
I feel like
I'ma
Permian
tell you-
hair as a boy is feminine.
I'm gonna tell you why.
The escorts was for dudes.
Female way to see Jordan as a man. Why is that?
Hmm?
Why a female way to see Jordan as a man Jordan inside a female Jordan?
So a sneaker Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
That's what I'm
You're right about that.
saying. That's what I'm
So
saying. Because they like this energy.
Because right there, right?
Yeah,
The reason why
Apparel.
because the perm, right? The perm, we get that was what Madam C.J. Walker with the whole perm thing, a black woman, right? We get that part, but we talking about it was made for women for their hairs. I get that, but it became like but now sneakers were made for men. It wasn't made for women. It was made for men. But now everyone uses it. The times change. So what I'm saying to you is, getting your hair straightened was not considered feminine, and it's still not. Your hair.
To some people.
No.
Everybody has their perspective.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's feminine.
But
it's feminine. It's feminine.
right now, right? That's like saying right now. if you have something, you can perceive it some way, but it doesn't make it true. For example, if a guy is walking metrosexual, is he gay?
No, but that's
No. I'm good with it. Is he gay?
No.
Thank you. Although he's walking this way, doesn't make him gay.
There you go.
You get what I'm saying?
I still might consider him feminine though.
No.
Gay. That's what we're saying. It's feminine.
I said that a little while ago, but I was getting somewhere with this. What I was saying to you is that feminine is not gay, and masculine is not straight, right? We all have masculine and feminine energy in all of us, but men are more tapped into their masculine versus the women are tapped into their feminine naturally. So when women get taught to be always in their masculine, it makes them hard to date. The same way if men are always tapped into their feminine, it makes feminine women hard to date you. Because we're naturally opposites. So what I was saying is, going back to the perm thing, I was saying you might take perm as feminine, but I'm not arguing with you with that. But factual is not feminine because it's a hair product. A hair product can't be feminine because you grow hair naturally. So I'm just saying, they were using it while they were still, you see Baja Beats Big Reds? He had a perm. He was a gangster. Malcolm X had a perm. He was gangster at one point in time. So I'm just saying, point blank, you might say that, all right, by that logic,
Even Snoop.
take care of your nails is feminine. By that same logic, getting your nails, your toes done is feminine. It's not. It's not.
It is to a point.
It's hygiene.
Yes.
No, it is hygiene, but
I would contradict myself because I do both of those things.
Yeah, see?
But it's like this. It's a big.
But I want to look clean.
Yeah.
I want
Me
to look
too.
clean. So
It's like.
but that still doesn't distort the fact that I feel like that perm part, I'm not gonna do
No,
that.
which is fine.
'Cause I feel like it's feminine.
But which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you. Everything is feminine is feminine. I'm not saying
So
to you.
why niggas from down south do that? When I came to this country, I didn't know niggas from down south be permanent this shit.
Jim Jones,
Jim Jones, yeah. No, I'm not saying that it's not
That was
gangster.
like 98,
Cause
99.
yeah, when we say feminine, y'all taking it as we saying like somebody's soft or they pussy or something like that. Nah, we're not saying that. It's just that's just a female thing.
Yeah.
It's just some dudes picked it up and just like, know what, we're gonna own this.
So watch this.
Like,
So by that logic, by that logic,
that was the own, and we owned it, and now it's like, alright, now it's unisex.
So by that logic, by that same logic, is cooking feminine?
No. 'cause
No.
I
Thank
cook
you.
like hell.
That's my point, because
Washing
most
dishes.
wives roll with the
Yeah.
cook when a husband go get the bacon,
Yeah.
but cooking is a human thing.
Yeah.
It's not feminine that you cook.
Cooking
I
is
mean,
not feminine.
traditionally,
In a traditional home,
cooking
Yes.
was
No.
for the woman.
No, it's
It's
not
a woman.
feminine though. But it's not
But
feminine.
as generations evolved,
yeah,
Cooking
but-
and men had to live on their own, how are they gonna feed themselves?
Feminine, son. Men who were single from back then hunt and cook themselves.
Yeah.
Man, cook
It's
for
not
her and
feminine.
shit.
he's not saying
That's a survival thing.
It's
So
just-
I'm saying
He only said in
in
a
a
type of setting.
traditional
in a
no,
setting.
home,
but it's
yeah,
still not
it was
feminine in that
I
setting
didn't say
either.
it.
We didn't say it was
No, he
feminine.
said that.
No, I didn't.
Throw another flag on the plate.
Yeah, you recorded. I said, yo, that was in traditional homes. That's what they do.
He said, I asked, was it feminine? You said in traditional home, that's what they did.
Oh no, I was.
You get what I'm
agreeing
saying?
That's what the perception
Yeah,
was.
traditional
So-
homes. That's
no,
what
but
they
the
did.
question
If you go in the
is-
1950s,
but my question was,
1980s,
but my question was, is cooking feminine? And you said in traditional homes, that's what they did.
that's what they did. If you go to Good Time,
But that's what I asked.
if you go to
You get what I'm saying?
yeah, but I never said it was feminine.
So we all
for
agree
cooking.
it's not feminine.
It's not feminine
All
for
right, cool.
cooking, but in traditional homes, that's what they did.
I never asked that question though.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. It's depending on where you at, because if you go to even down to the UK, they had cooks. It wasn't
The
female.
top chef in the world is men, actually.
Yeah, they had cooks. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Absolutely.
if you go to Africa, they killed the animal, and most likely the woman probably prepared it, but the
I
man
get-
was cooking it.
Look, I get that,
Listen.
but that wasn't the question.
It was never feminine. That's what I'm saying. But now in traditional homes,
These
that's
guys,
what.
these guys are good guys like that.
Because I said, because you like the keyword, I said it was never feminine. But in the U.S., it became traditional because that's what they was doing and trying to push. That's what Kevin Samuels was saying. When women want to be equal and do all this other stuff, you can't expect a dude to do what he's supposed to do for you, and you're not that traditional woman. Back then, men was taking care of the house and home, and women was sitting there and cooking. That's what they was doing here. It only evolved nowadays where everybody want to be independent and do their own thing.
Byproduct of feminists.
Okay.
Because that's what I was saying.
I can hear
What Kevin's saying with God bless
Bugsy Caveman.
R.P. Kevin Samuels, right? But what he was saying, like the women are saying they want traditional men and traditional values. Meanwhile, they want to live a modern life. It don't work that way. If you want traditional men and husbands, you should go back to doing your natural role as a wife or being a nurturer to the kids and staying at home.
Yes,
You can't have both ways. You can't have both ways. So I'm like, he's right. You can't say I want a modern. I want to do to take care of me, blah blah blah. But then you still want to go do your thing. That's not how that works.
Right now, we just on camera with you. Right
Like it don't work that way. So if you want to literally say, listen, I want a man to take care of me, blah blah, and what you want to do, you need to do a mother's role as best. But you keep saying, that's actually women keep saying, oh no, that's slavery. I mean, how's that slavery? Being your natural woman in slavery, you take care of kids. I'm confused because you have the most important role. Because you control my diet. You cook food at home. You control what I eat. You control what the babies eat.
Yo.
You are the first child's teacher. That's the most important role a child can get.
Yo, we're gonna have to make like a part 2 of this because we kind of ran out of footage. So, we out of here. It was a great topic. We're gonna continue this next week. Anything anybody else got to say?
I just want to say, go ahead, Dad. I'm emotionally struck.
See you guys next week. Hopefully what we discussed entertained you guys and have you come back for the next one.
Please comment, share, subscribe.